Committee. It works incredibly hard throughout the year. They meet, I think it's over 2.5, 3 days in person or by Zoom, I guess by Zoom now, to go through all of the applications. It's really one of our strongest committees, and it is chaired by Christy Crisp, who is going to be our, she has food in her mouth, who's going to be our MC for the evening. Many of you maybe heard me say this earlier in the conference. AASLH was last in Buffalo in 1962, so this is our 60th anniversary. Somehow we missed that, I think, and putting that in the program should have played with that a little bit. But we were back here, we're excited to be here, and we're just really, really grateful to all of you for doing the work that you do, for serving the public, and for making a trip here for this important moment. So please join me in congratulating Christy and the work committee on their work. Now I'm going to go stand over there and pretend to do a big bouquet of flowers.
Thank you, John. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Christy Crisp. I am the Marilyn Henry McMullen Director of Programs for the Georgia Historical Society, and I also have the privilege of serving as the chair for the Leadership in History Awards Committee. So on behalf of the Awards Committee, welcome and congratulations to all of our winners here this afternoon. The awards process isn't easy. If you've been involved as a state or regional representative, you know it's sometimes hard to find and cultivate nominations and then shepherd them through the process. If you're a nominee, you know that the requirements are rigorous and even daunting. If you're a regional representative, you know that the thoughtful and deliberate review of all submissions is time-consuming and that the decisions are very rarely easy. But you also know that in the end, we're here. We're in a room full of amazing talent, brilliant ideas, a room full of problem solvers and people dedicated to the field, to our communities, and to each other. The awards we celebrate today represent the very best of the field of state and local history. And thank you to all of you for what you do every day to educate, to inspire, and to challenge. Thank you to the review team that worked so hard. Thanks to the AASLH staff, in particular Bethany Hawkins and Asia Bain, who support, guide, and make this program and recognition possible. And thanks to all of you who pulled together those nominations and not only find time to do truly incredible work, but then find time to make sure that the rest of us can learn about it and learn from you and all of your work by submitting those nominations. Congratulations to all of us. Some housekeeping items for the award presentations. I will announce the award winners by state, and we will locally go alphabetically. For the sake of argument, we will today treat the District of Columbia as a state, and just for a few minutes after Delaware. So, if you want to anticipate a couple of states ahead, you will see in your program, in case like me, that does issue. And so, if you want to anticipate that, we will be queuing up by Nicole over here in the corner, one of our regional representatives. So come on up, and then when I call your name, you'll come up behind me, come over and receive your award from John and Norman. Pause for just a second so we can get a picture. Right. And then continue on and back to your seat. We'll send those pictures out in the coming weeks. So unfortunately, not all of our award winners could be here with us today. However, we are happy to be live streaming the event. I'm sure that you're able to join us remotely via the AASLH Facebook page. So, if you want to send that out, let others back home know they can tune in as well. Please do. And we have all confidence that it is going to be able to do that. For the benefit of the folks back home, we are going to here with us today so we can all learn a little bit more about the depth and breadth of the work done throughout start with the awards of excellence and with the state of Alabama. For justice, not favor, Alabama women and the vote. In recognition of the centennial of the 19th Amendment, the project featured public programs, a catalog, a website, virtual gallery talks, panel discussions, and even two bronze statues. This exhibit highlights the complexity of the long story of the struggle for equal rights as it unfolded in the South and in Alabama specifically. The next award goes to Florence Arts and Museums for Slavery in Shoals. This project features the first permanent exhibit in North Alabama to explore slavery. The primary source-based exhibit addresses themes such as economics and resistance and provides an opportunity for the center to expand programming for school children and, in fact, release this summer. Congratulations. Our next award goes to Pioneer Military Association for women and children of Pioneer and Military Memorial Park. Developed by an all-volunteer organization, this ambitious project not only shone a light on previously unrepresented and underrepresented women and children in Phoenix's history, the project team's work added substantially to the historical record, identifying primary source material and the compilation of biographical information on these historic figures. Our next award goes to Shiloh Museum of Ozark History and Education and Arkansas Archaeological Survey for Native American Days Program and Resource. This program was designed to engage student audiences and is based on state teaching standards and educator feedback. This interactive virtual program has grown the organization's audience and received significant level of support. Congratulations. Moving on to California. Our next award goes to Trudy Sandmeyer, Lola Steinberg, and Cindy Olin for Save As Next Gen Heritage Conservation Podcast. This innovative podcast series explores topics related to cultural heritage preservation and is based on the research of students at the University of Southern California. Congratulations. Our next award goes to Corona Cultural Center and Museum for Beyond the Way as a child hiker. We are still here. This project received engagement was curated by 8th grade students at the Corona Indian Charter School and presents Toonie Guides history from an indigenous perspective and fills a gap in California state history as currently taught in public schools. Congratulations. Next, Colorado. Oh. We have another California? Okay. Our next award is from Colorado and goes to Matt Mayberry. It is an individual award that recognizes exceptional contributions to the field over many years. Through his work with museums, historic sites, and local government, Matt Mayberry has had a transformative impact on the practice of local and state history in Colorado, championing indigenous voices and advocating for the preservation and stewardship of Colorado's cultural and historical resources. Congratulations. Our next award goes to History Colorado for History Colorado KKK Ledger's Rollout Project. This courageous publication of searchable online scans of Ku Klux Klan membership ledgers from the Denver area in the 1920s. Along with the ledgers, staff created an interactive map of the dresses in order to help visitors understand the immense scope and distribution of Klan membership during those years. Congratulations. Okay, Connecticut. Our next award goes to the Connecticut Historical Society for Common Struggle Individual Experience, an exhibition about mental health. With stories spanning nearly 4 centuries, this exhibit compassionately explores a diversity of experiences associated with mental health. The exhibit was particularly noteworthy for the demonstrated links between the people and experiences of the past and their relevance to issues related to mental health today. Congratulations. Our next award goes to the Friends of Wood Memorial Library and Museum for Nowashi Village. A permanent outdoor exhibit, Nowashi Village sparks a deeper understanding of and appreciation for the local indigenous culture that flourished in the region for thousands of years. Nowashi Village is a certified wildlife habitat through the National Wildlife Federation and was designed to complement state social studies frameworks. Congratulations. Next, move on to Delaware. The award goes to John Dickinson Plantation, Delaware Division of Historical and Cultural Affairs, for search, discovery, and interpretation of the African burial ground at the John Dickinson Plantation. This dedicated and exhaustive research and interpretive effort utilized a wide variety of resources, including collection materials, to locate and recognize the burial ground, and throughout that process remained conscious and respectful of the sensitive and sacred nature of the work. Congratulations. As promised, the District of Columbia. Our next award goes to President Lincoln College for Reflections on Grief and Child Loss. Exploring the very human emotion of grief and specifically the trauma and pain of child loss, the college developed the exhibit to help audiences build an understanding of Abraham and Mary Lincoln as bereaved parents, and through this project, wove together their story with the reflections of modern families who have lost children. Congratulations. Idaho. Our next award goes to the Idaho State Museum for Trailblazing Women of Idaho. This exhibition at the Idaho State Museum explores stories and characteristics of women who impacted Idaho history. The exhibit reflects on the successes of Idaho's women in different fields and the diverse social, cultural, and economic backgrounds that shaped them. Congratulations. Our next award goes to the Elgin History Museum for Museum Moments Video Project. The Museum Moments Project is designed to expand the museum's audience through engaging and informative video content shared through a local access television channel. The project includes short videos, and each video features a seldom seen item from the museum's collection, including artifacts, photos, documents, and textiles. Congratulations. Our next award goes to Glencoe Historical Society for Saving Blue Cottage. This all-volunteer organization sought out historic preservationists and architects to plan and execute the relocation of Blue Cottage, a 1913 structure designed by Frank Lloyd Wright. Developed to meet the Secretary's Interior standards for preservation, the group's plan was based on solid historical research and meticulously recorded relocation plans. Congratulations to them. Next, to Indiana. The next award goes to the Children's Museum of Indiana Stories from Our Community, the Art of Protest. After the killing of George Floyd in 2020, 18 Black artists in Indianapolis came together with the city's blessing to paint a mural on Indiana Avenue, the historic and cultural heart of Indianapolis' Black community. In 2021, the Children's Museum commissioned those artists to reproduce on canvas elements of the mural that each originally painted to be used in the exhibition and preserved in the museum's collection. Congratulations. Our next award goes to Minnesota Museum of Gardens for the Bob Ross Experience. With the opening of the Bob Ross Experience, a recreation of Ross's studio in the home where he filmed The Joy of Painting, a space that also includes an art gallery and painting workshop. The experience uses the power of place to reframe how visitors think about their mistakes, abilities, and self-expression through the story of Bob Ross in the setting of his beloved work. Congratulations. Our next award goes to the State Historical Society of Iowa for the 175th anniversary edition of the Annals of Iowa. This special issue of the Annals of Iowa uses the commemoration of Iowa's 175th statehood anniversary to introduce new voices and new content to an old and respected scholarly publication. Congratulations.
That wasn't my work, but this one is.
State Historical Museum of Iowa, Iowa People and Places, Iowa 175th statehood anniversary. The Iowa 175 project includes a museum exhibit, a series of web-based scholarly presentations, and a pop-up display that travels across the state, allowing Iowans in all 99 counties to access Iowa 175 programs. Congratulations. We next move to Kentucky. And the next award goes to the Fraser Kentucky History Museum for West of 9th, Race, Reckoning, and Reconciliation. This exhibit represents a purposeful effort to tell the story of the Black community living in Louisville through oral history, images, and interviews with members of the community collected as part of the West of 9th blog. The historical scholarship presented in West of 9th shows breadth and depth, digging into deep-rooted narratives of the Louisville community and connecting historical actions with today's residents. Congratulations to them. Next, we have Louisiana. And that award will go to and Gallier Historic Houses for artistry in iron, blacksmiths of New Orleans. This project focuses on talented yet understudied blacksmiths and the rich history of their designs, which incorporate culturally layered decorative motifs, overlapping African and European influences. Congratulations. Next, we move to Maine. And the next award goes to the Maine Historical Society for Begin Again, Reckoning with Intolerance in Maine. This exhibition addresses the roots of injustice and discrimination in Maine. Begin Again explored the Maine Historical Society as a colonialist institution and asked, who is missing? To engage visitors in a dialogue about the role of museums and representation. Congratulations to the Maine Historical Society. The next award goes to the Mount Desert Island Historical Society for Landscape of Change. Landscape of Change is a partnership initiated by the Mount Desert Island Historical Society using information from historic records to document and share the scope, speed, and scale of climate change on Mount Desert Island, Maine. Congratulations. Massachusetts. Culture, Community, and History. This program is a series of Zoom panel discussions developed during the pandemic to highlight stories from members of some of Somerville's immigrant communities. Each event included a short history lecture about the connections between the panelists' country of origin and U.S. history. Congratulations. Moving on to Minnesota. Our next award goes to the Hennepin County Public Works and 106 Group for Flying Cloud Drive Interpretive Plaza. Taking the opportunity of a required historical resource review, the project team found a lasting and meaningful way to acknowledge the long history of occupation in this area of the Minnesota River Valley. The project includes the unique integration of visual, audio, and tactile components, engaging visitors through a multisensory experience and using Dakota oral history telling combined with contemporary technology. The Historical and Cultural Society of Clay County and Native American Advisory Group for Idaho Maniki, Clay County at 150 exhibit. Responding to community encouragement to explore local indigenous history, the project team consulted with an indigenous advisory group of Minnesota scholars as content experts who assisted with sources, topic choices, language, and tone to develop an exhibition that deals directly with the difficult history of land dispossession. Congratulations. The Minnesota Humanities Center in partnership with the Collaborative Legal Community Coalition for understanding our diverse lynchings, racial violence in America, and the road to justice and reconciliation. This important project examines the legacy of racial violence in Minnesota and beyond. Innovative in its collaboration, its target audience, and its format, this successful project brought together a variety of professional and community perspectives to discuss the impact of historical acts of violence on both contemporary societies that experience them, as well as later and even current communities. Congratulations. From Missouri, our next award goes to the Kansas City Public Library, Local Investment Commission, and Black Archives of Mid-America for Kansas City Black History. This special edition book spans nearly 2 centuries and tells the stories of more than 70 Black Kansas Cityans who made their marks in education, activism, the arts, medicine, journalism, and other fields. The project was the culmination of a more than decade-long collaboration between the partners to celebrate African American history and spotlight the contributions of Black Kansas Cityans through storytelling and education. Congratulations. Our next award goes to the Missouri Historical Society for Mighty Mississippi. Examining the complex relationship between St. Louis and the Mississippi River reveals the many ways in which the river has influenced the history of the city, and conversely, the ways in which the city has influenced the river. Congratulations to the Missouri School. Next, we move to Montana. Our next award goes to Lee Fredrickson, Erica Fredrickson, Zach Dundas, and Chad Dundas for the podcast Death in the West, The Murder of Frank Little. This is an independent history podcast, and the 10-part Frank Little season focuses on the lynching of union organizer Frank Little, who was killed in Butte, Montana in 1917. The series creators used the story as a window into the important, broader history of the American West around the turn of the century. Congratulations. Death in the West. Next, from North Dakota. Our next award goes to Mandan, Hidatsa, and the Ripper Nation for MHA Interpretive Center. Developed by and for members of the MHA Nation, the exhibits of this interpretive center are intended to teach tribal youth with future generations about who they are as a people and help combat addiction and loss of cultural identity. As a result, storylines, images, and interpretive text are all crafted to speak to community members. Congratulations. Black Wall Street History Center. Focused on educating others about the Tulsa Race Massacre and Tulsa's historic Greenwood District, Greenwood Rising is an immersive educational experience that tells the Greenwood story, builds social ties, and connects communities. Congratulations to Greenwood Rising. Next, Oregon. Our next award goes to Chelsea Rose, Lisa Rice, and Dawn Han for the Oregon Chinese Diaspora Project. The Oregon Chinese Diaspora Project is a grassroots state, local, and federal partnership that was conceived and initiated in underserved rural communities in southern and eastern Oregon. Although embedded in local communities, it includes an exceptional public education component that reaches audiences far beyond the state of Oregon. Congratulations to the Oregon Chinese Diaspora. Next, we move on to Pennsylvania. The first of these goes to the Lackawanna Historical Society for Beyond Our Doorstep, bringing local history into your home. This small but mighty team has created engaging historical content, established significant partnerships, secured funding, and built an amazing online audience during very trying circumstances. Regular video content, collection spotlights, and community and youth-focused programs have combined to create a significant library of available online content. Congratulations. Our next award goes to the Museum of the American Revolution. When women lost the vote, a revolutionary story, 1776 to 1807. This project was based on the museum curatorial team's discovery of 9 New Jersey poll lists from 4 different archives, dated between 1800 and 1807, which included 163 women and 4 African American voters. The exhibit changed the conversation about voting in the early United States. Congratulations. Our next award is for individual excellence and goes to Ned and Linda Heindel. For nearly 50 years, Ned and Linda Heindel have given their time, energy, and treasure to preserve Williams Township, Pennsylvania. Their research, writing, publishing, and now digitizing materials for the Past Finder newsletter has resulted in a treasure trove of over 700 articles on local history. Congratulations, Ned and Linda, and thank you for all you've done to preserve local history for so many years. Our next award goes to the Science History Institute for Downstream, which explores more than 200 years of water analysis and water protection in the Delaware River Basin. The exhibit reflects the environmental humanities, bringing together scholars from multiple disciplines to address urgent environmental challenges. Congratulations to the Science History Institute. Our next award goes to the Senator John Hines History Center for American Democracy, a giant leap of faith. The Hines Center regularly incorporates regional stories into nationally touring exhibitions in order to present American history through the lens of Western Pennsylvania experience. For this exhibition, the center successfully and effectively used its own collections to enhance the interpretation of a pre-2016 Smithsonian traveling exhibit, A Great Leap of Faith. These enhancements significantly improve the relevance and diversity of perspectives encountered in the exhibit. Congratulations. Also from Pennsylvania, our next award goes to the Stenton Museum for Virtual History Hunters. History Hunters is a field trip program for 4th and 5th grade Philadelphia school children. To address challenges faced during the COVID pandemic, the Stenton Museum created a new year-long virtual program to provide social studies resources for use in a virtual classroom, targeted to schools who had participated in the History Hunters program. Congratulations. South Carolina. The award goes to the Waccamaw Indian people in Coastal Carolina University for Waccamaw Indian people, past, present, and future. Students at Coastal Carolina University worked in collaboration with the Waccamaw Indian people to create this exhibit at the Horton County Museum. The main goal of the project was to tell the story of the Waccamaw through their words, voices, images, and belongings, and to educate the community about the people's history, heritage, and culture. Congratulations to the Waccamaw Indian people and Coastal Carolina University. Next up, Tennessee. Our next award goes to the Grassmere Historic Farm, National Zoo of Grassmere, for the Morton family exhibit and opening ceremony. This exhibit features the Morton family who, for generations following emancipation, worked as tenants on the Pratt family farm, Grassmere. Based on primary source material and exhaustive research, the Morton House interpretation was significantly informed by interviews with living Morton family members, many of whom participated in the exhibit's opening program. Congratulations to Historic Grassmere. Move on to Texas, and our next award goes to the Irving Story, Irving Archives and Museums Core Exhibition, the Irving Story. Over 40 years of planning and advocacy by community members resulted in the Irving Archives and Museum, which had its grand opening in November 2021. The museum's core exhibit features Irving's story from its frontier days and founding in 1903 through its development into a rapidly growing suburb to the modern and diverse city it is today. Congratulations. Dr. Blair spent nearly 25 years researching and promoting local, state, national, and international history. He has presented his historical research at scholarly conferences and lectures to local historical and genealogical groups. Dr. Blair serves as the president of local genealogical and historical organizations and served as historical advisor, curator, and researcher for public exhibits on local history. Congratulations. And that award goes to the Bear River Heritage Area and Highland City Museum for H2O Today in the Bear River Heritage Area. This project encompasses 7 rural counties in northern Utah and southeastern Idaho to engage in a collaboration and conversation on the already critical and very difficult topic of water in a year when the region suffered through a historic drought. Congratulations. Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints for the historic Nauvoo Temple District in Illinois. Historic Nauvoo in western central Illinois is the largest and most complex historic site of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This project includes the restoration of several properties in the Temple District of the larger Nauvoo historic site and the interpretation of these buildings and the Temple District for in-person and virtual audiences. Congratulations. Our next award goes to the Brattleboro Words Project, or Brattleboro Words Trail. The Brattleboro Words Trail includes community-created audio stories linked to places in and around Brattleboro. Its innovative mobile app and website, maps, and physical murals encourage people to tour the landscape, learn the history, and sometimes engage themselves in history making. Congratulations. Project and Moon Sisters for the Jackson Project, which is a reparative historic preservation organization that is dedicated to driving restorative truth-telling and redemptive storytelling by capturing the pivotal role of Richmond, Virginia, and in particular, Jackson Ward. The project boasts not only successful events and that were well promoted and well attended, but also engaged multiple institutional, professional, and artistic partners to lift up up the history of Jackson Ward. Congratulations to the Jackson Project. Our next award goes to Literacy Interactives for This Is Us, Preserving Our Church Histories. This innovative project provides resources for researching, documenting, digitizing, and archiving church histories. The project team focused on helping rural audiences have access to video conferences and other technology to improve preservation projects, particularly with rural African American churches. Congratulations. Also from Virginia, our next award goes to the Waterman's Museum for Bay to Belly Traveling Exhibit. Sparking discussion between scholars, policy leaders, and the general public, this traveling exhibit was developed to get people coffee. The project resulted in new oral histories with watermen and small business seafood owners. Through the lens of foodways, the exhibit and corresponding programming is a bridge between consumers and producers of seafood. Congratulations to the Waterman's Museum. Next up are our winners from the state of Washington. And our next award goes to Fort Nisqually National History Museum for Puget Sound Treaty War panel. This free virtual program brought together a panel of historians to discuss the experiences and effects of the Puget Sound Treaty War. The program promoted a greater understanding of Tacoma history through engagement with the indigenous people of the region, supporting museum goals of enhancing equity and acknowledging the lingering effects of unjust historical practices. Congratulations. Goes to the Washington State Historical Society for Crossing Boundaries, Portraits of a Transgender West, 1860 to 1940. The exhibition presents well-researched history that provides a deeper understanding of the challenges faced by transgender people, while providing the social, cultural, and legal context in which these lives were lived. The exhibition also provided material on past and present terminology, as well as how attitudes towards transgender people have changed over time. Congratulations. Our next award winner is from Ontario, Canada, which it turns out is very close to us. This award goes to the Toronto History Museum for Awakenings. The Toronto History Museum's Awakenings program is a series of creative projects by Black, Indigenous, and artists of color, and is part of the City of Toronto's efforts to address anti-Black racism. Awakenings features work that explores untold stories, awakens a new perspective, and invites the public to join the conversation. Congratulations. We will now present our publication awards, which are different from the awards of excellence. Our publication awards are competitive within categories of large press and small press. Those nominations were reviewed by a separate committee from the Awards of Excellence, and we thank those reviewers for their time and their dedication to this program. Our first publication award in the large press category goes to Minnesota Historical Society Press and Jane Lamb Carroll for Daybreak Woman, an Anglo-Dakota Life. In this extraordinary study, Carroll presents a groundbreaking look at the remarkable life of a woman in two worlds, Daybreak Woman, or Jane Anderson Robertson, the daughter of an Anglo-Canadian trader and a Scots Dakota woman. She witnessed the evolution of a multi-ethnic frontier into a situation of forced assimilation during the violent period following the U.S. Dakota War. Congratulations. Our next publication award is for Small Press and goes to the Historic New Orleans Collection and Brian K. Mitchell for Monumental, Oscar Dunn and His Radical Fight in Reconstruction, Louisiana. In his new book, Brian Mitchell presents the fascinating story of Oscar James Dunn of New Orleans. Born into slavery, Oscar Dunn became America's first Black Lieutenant Governor and acting governor. Thus fight for racial change and advocacy of universal suffrage, civil rights, and integrated public schools presents an iconic American story that should never have been forgotten. Congratulations. We'll now change gears a little and present our special awards, which recognize the very best of the best. You can read more about these awards and the award recipients in your program, but first we're going to present the History in Progress Awards. These awards are given to projects that are highly inspirational, exhibit exceptional scholarship, or exceedingly entrepreneurial in terms of funding, partnerships, and collaborations, creative problem solving, or unusual project design, and are given to 5% or less of the total number of each year's award winners. Our first History in Progress Award winner today is from Connecticut, and the award goes to Friends of Wood Memorial Library and Museum for Milwaukee Village. The project team hired indigenous craftsmen to construct village elements using traditional techniques, sourced materials such as cedar poles from the Narragansett Reservation, and used simulated rubber bark from the Mashantucket Pequot Tribal Nation. Members of an additional 6 northeastern tribal nations were consulted and were hired to provide public programming in the development and implementation of this exceptional project. Congratulations. Next, from Colorado, the History in Progress Award goes to History Colorado for the Ku Klux Klan Ledgers Rollout Project. In addition to digitizing and making publicly accessible the KKK membership ledgers from the 1920s, History Colorado hosted lectures and roundtable discussions from scholars, created podcasts, and gathered collections of contemporary newspaper reports on the Klan. Together, this suite of digital offerings helped the public, including K-12 students, learn how the Klan rose to such prominence in Colorado and draw connections between historical and modern examples of rising white supremacy. Congratulations, History Colorado. Next, from Minnesota, the HIP Award goes to the Minnesota Humanities Center in partnership with the Collaborative Legal Community Coalition for understanding our Duluth lynchings, racial violence in America, and the road to justice and reconciliation. While the COVID-19 pandemic forced the project team to shift a half-day seminar into an online webinar, this format ended up expanding the project's reach well beyond the original plan. In addition to historians, educators, and social justice advocates, the project included legal professionals as both the target audience and as fellow collaborators. Congratulations. Finally, our last History in Progress Award today goes to President Lincoln Cottage from the District of Columbia for Reflections on Grief and Child Loss. This thoughtful and sensitively executed exhibition has touched audiences from far outside the cottage's local community, with visitors traveling significant distances to observe anniversaries of personal loss at the site, and with plans to develop a grief garden inspired by the memorials shared during these visits. This very special project further establishes the cottage as a site of reflection, understanding, and learning for new and returning audiences. Congratulations. Congratulations to all of our History in Progress award winners. Is the Albert B. Corey Award. This award was named in honor of a founder and former president of AASLH, and the award recognizes primarily volunteer-operated history organizations that best display the qualities of vigor, scholarship, and imagination in their work. This award also carries a cash prize. I'm pleased to present the 2020 inspiring work of our colleagues has continued unabated. Thank you for your support of this program and your support of each other.